What's up, Vault Dwellers? Dan here. In 1980, I was 6 years old, and by the end of the decade, I was a sophomore in high school. And back then, watching movies was a bit different than today. And my dad, he liked some weird shit. He liked horror, and he liked a lot of exploitation, and he had this huge library of tapes. And when you grow up in the 80s, you kinda are on your own. And all I ever did was watch the movies that my dad recorded in those tapes. And there was a lot of weird horror. Now, this video today, it's about some of the horror movies that I watched on those tapes. They're not the most popular ones, right? I mean, you can't get 20 videos of horror movies from the 80s and no one's seen them, right? But a lot of these are just not the main movies you watch. But these are the movies that were just a little bit off or a little bit less well-known or less popular. But they were still fun, they were amazing, and they scared the crap out of me because I was watching them and I was like 7 or 10 years old. All right, I hope you enjoy the video today. Okay, we're gonna reach super deep into the vault for this one, like basement level, because you've probably not seen this movie.
And that horrible stench. Have you been killing hamsters in there again?
I'm pretty sure you do not know a single person who has seen this movie. Mindkiller was shot on video in Denver in the actual basement archives of the public library by this dude named Michael Krueger. Great name, right? And it's about a shy library worker who finds this manual for unlocking the hidden powers of his mind.
Total mind control.
And this movie, it was totally a guilty pleasure for me as a teen. You see, one of Warren's powers is he's irresistible to women, control them with his mind.
You're good. You're damn good.
So you can kind of see where I'm going here as a 15-year-old watching this, right? Now this thing, I mean, there's this like purple monster that claws its way out of his skull and just wreaks havoc throughout the film. It is Cronenberg level body horror in this flick. I mean, it's got everything. Now the whole thing, it's cheap and gooey, and the sound mix, it's super rough. You can't even hear half the dialogue sometimes.
Mr. Playboy gets all the girls. Well, I have her now.
But that's kind of a compliment. And for a forgotten horror list, this is the crown jewel because it was never remembered in the first place. Chopping Mall from 1986 is just an incredibly insane movie. I mean, it's just crazy. You have this mall that wants to protect itself from would-be criminals by using these robots that they call protectors.
The Protector 101 series robots.
And they patrol the mall at night, taking care of any bad guys and gals. Essentially, they're like a mashup of those like RoboCop sentries and Johnny Number 5 Short Circuit.
You bastards were gonna be trouble when I first brought you in here.
These things have grappling hooks, pincher arms, and they shoot frickin' laser beams.
Thank you, and have a nice day.
I mean, there's this scene where they explode this woman's head with a laser beam. It's just completely bonkers. Now, to have a proper 80s horror story, you need some teenagers, and this group, they decide to sneak into the mall to have some slightly illegal fun. And now, it's just game on. There are just hilarious one-liners throughout the movie.
Oh God! You're the king! You're the king!
Chocolate for the furniture, king.
And fantastic, fighting and kill scenes.
Get the hell out of here!
It is such a wild ride. If you haven't seen it, you need to see this. I will say there is one thing that totally confused me, though, from this movie. And it's that Mary Woronov and Paul Bartel are in this. And I was like, wait, those are the two swingers from Eating Raoul. What are they doing in this movie?
Maybe we could use one at the restaurant. Get rid of people we don't like.
Oh, and yeah, I actually watched Eating Raoul when I was 8 years old, by the way.
Have a nice
Okay. House of the Long Shadows, it didn't scare the crap out of me. Because, the movie is barely scary. It's totally a cheat, though, and I don't care. What this movie is, it's the only time in history that the greatest horror actors got together in the same film. I'm talking Vincent Price.
But you can't release him now. Think what he'd be like after all this time. Barely human, a raving thing. Oh, please, don't you understand? He's dangerous.
Christopher Lee.
And I, your dear brother Roderick, have come here to pass sentence as judge.
Peter Cushing.
Hasn't there been enough lying and deceit between these walls? And like Roderick's room, we are sealed in our own guilt.
Sebastian, you are drunk.
Well, it's one way to deal with a problem of conscience.
And John Carradine. All in the same movie, in the same creaky old mansion, all at the same time. That's 4 horror legends under one roof. If you've seen my Hammer horror videos, you know that I love these guys. And for a kid who watched classic monster movies every weekend, this was my Avengers Assemble.
Open the door, Mr. Corrigan.
Wait. What you are about to unleash is evil. Unspeakable evil. Are you prepared to accept that responsibility?
All right. The story, it's about a writer who takes a bet to spend one night in a house and bang out a gothic novel. People, unfortunately, start dying. There's a face full of acid scene. And Vincent Price, he gets to say, "Don't interrupt me while I'm soliloquizing." And that's a line I've wanted to use on someone my entire adult life.
Listen,
Please don't interrupt me whilst I am soliloquizing.
By the way, on set, Price, he handed a young co-star his personal recipe for chicken, and it called for 50 cloves of garlic. 50. That man was protecting himself from more than bad reviews, apparently.
It's blood.
Slumber Party Massacre 2 is not scary so much as it is like aggressively, joyfully insane.
All the way.
The killer, he's this rockabilly greaser in a leather jacket who plays a guitar that has a giant power drill mounted on the end of it, which is probably the most, I guess, phallic thing you could come up with in a movie. Oh, and this guy, he dances and he sings. He drills people while doing full music and dance choreography. I mean, he really finds some interesting ways to screw the ladies in his flick, if you get what I mean. The moment that did scar me for life, though, it's this nightmare scene where a girl's zit starts growing and pulsing and just erupts across her whole face. I was 13 when I saw that, and nothing, I mean nothing, was more terrifying to a 13-year-old than that giant exploding zit. All right, you did not forget Jaws. Now, Jaws 3D, maybe you forgot that, maybe not. But man, this movie was just both ridiculous and awesome at the same time. All right, they took the absolute terror that was Jaws and dropped them into SeaWorld and made everything they possibly could pop off the screen at you.
Damn it, close! What the hell is that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is that?
And the absolute pinnacle of this movie, it's when the shark slowly, I mean like painfully slowly, swims into the glass and bursts it on the most amazing 80s actors who slow-mo cringe in fear. I mean, this thing stars Louis Gossett Jr.
Clear the tunnel. I want you to let the people out. I want you to close the gate and seal the park. You hear me? Seal the park.
And Dennis Quaid. And by the way, Dennis Quaid, he admitted years later that he was on cocaine for basically every scene in this movie, which it's not a knock on Dennis because everyone was high on cocaine in Hollywood in the 80s. Anyways, back to the shark. So by the end of this scene, the actors, they have diving gear on, and one of them is in the shark's mouth, dead, holding this yellow grenade. And they pull the pin on the grenade and it blows up the shark in glorious 3D, and you even get like mouth chunks just floating in your vision. It scared me exactly like once as a little kid, right before it made me laugh for like the next 40 years. That's a good job, 3D shark. Thank you. For those of you who didn't realize or weren't there, the 1980s, rock and roll was everything. I mean, I loved Motley Crue, AC/DC, Metallica, and Trick or Treat was like the best rock and horror flick out there. Way better than the rockabilly from the Slumber movie. Plus, I mean, during this time, we had to deal with the whole satanic panic thing, and they combined that with rock music. It was just glorious. So like, all right, there's this bullied metalhead named Eddie. And he gets his hand on the only copy of his dead idol's final album. He goes and plays it backwards. And accidentally drags the guy's ghost right out of his speakers and back into the world. For a kid who grew up being told rock records had like secret evil messages hidden in them, this hit a pretty specific nerve with my generation. Oh, by the way, Ozzy Osbourne, he plays an anti-rock TV preacher, which is the best ironic casting choice of the decade. And Gene Simmons, he plays this just masterful radio DJ on this. Now Gene, he was actually offered the big villain role and he turned it down because he wanted to play the smooth DJ like his hero, Wolfman Jack. And the cursed album is called Songs in the Key of Death. Come on, this film is so fucking cool. Motel Hell features Farmer Vincent, who makes the best damn smoked meat in the whole county. I mean, everybody says so.
That night, Vincent served it for dinner. And Granny liked it so much, she nearly ate the whole pooch herself. Oh, she was so grateful she taught Vincent all her smoking secrets.
And the secret ingredient? Well, I'm sorry about this, but it's people. Because he buries travelers up to their necks in a garden. He even cuts their vocal cords so they can't say or make any sounds, just like make this low, wet, gurgling noise. And while they're there, he fattens them up with these, like, tubes. And he's assisted by his sister, who is the crazy gym lady from Porky's. You know, Beulah Ballbricker.
Why?
What are you whispering?
She's telling me why the meat tastes so good.
It's because he mixes the pork with
Now, I want you to sit through that neck garden scene for a second, because I think I was like 7 or 8 when I saw that, and that sat with me for years.
Almost, but not quite. Tomorrow he'll be ready to become famous.
Now, Vincent's entire philosophy is one-liners that he delivers with total peace in his heart. Meat's meat, and a man's gotta eat.
Listen, that doesn't smell like laughing gas.
Oh, this is special laughing gas.
What is that shit? Whatever. Oh.
With this stuff, you smell it, and we do the laughing.
And the whole thing ends with this chainsaw duel where he's wearing a real severed pig's head as a mask. Yeah, this is comedy, and it's horror, and it knew exactly what it's doing to us. Everybody remembers the first Creepshow. That's the one with Ted Danson buried up to his neck in the sand, or that terrifying crate thing under the stairs. But this is the one that had the raft. Which, it's about 4 kids that swim out to this raft in the middle of a lake, and there's this black, oily blob floaty thing on the water, and if it touches you, it just dissolves you screaming in real time. This, by the way, is a fantastic short story by Stephen King. But what got me is we had a swimming lake in my town. We all went to it, and it had this raft that you had to swim out to, which, I mean, it was never an issue until I saw this film. After the movie, I made excuses why I didn't swim out to it anymore. Nobody really needs to know why. The other bit that people quote forever, it's the dead hitchhiker who just keeps coming back, and he's like weirdly polite and just keeps saying, "Thanks for the ride, lady." While getting more wrecked every single time. It was so glorious. Maniac Cop is about a cop who's out there just murdering people. And the poster hands you the whole nightmare in one line. You have the right to remain silent forever. Now this killer, he's silent, right? Like he's kind of like The Shape. He's just an enormous dead cop played by Robert Zarr, whose real jaw was so big and square from an actual bone condition that he barely had to do anything to make him like terrifying. He just stood in the frame and your stomach dropped. The legend, Bruce Campbell and Tom Atkins, they're both in this, and so you know you're in good hands when you're watching this film.
I tried to stop her, but she had a gun.
Going Forrest, before you say anything else, I better read you your rights.
The whole issue with this film is that the one person that a kid is supposed to trust and run towards if they need help, that's the thing that's going to kill you. That's the trick of this film, and it totally works. So here's a movie nobody ever talks about. I mean, I think they should. In 1988, Jack's Back came out, which happened exactly 100 years after Jack the Ripper, and somebody in Los Angeles is recreating his murders one by one. James Spader plays a young doctor who gets accused of doing the murders, and then Spader, he also plays his twin brother who starts having visions of the killings.
What do you see, Richard?
The movie's like slippery and rainy and kind of quiet, and it's a little bit more of a thriller than a splatter movie, which is probably why it slipped through the cracks in the 80s. And the acting, I mean, it's a bit hokey, but this is such a great time capsule of the times. Oh, by the way, this was the first movie directed by Howdy Harrington, who the very next year, he made Roadhouse. Same guy. He went on from a moody Ripper mystery straight to Dalton tearing a man's throat out. God bless that man.
Open up in there.
Bring it down.
When I saw Happy Birthday to Me the first time, I had actually no idea what was going on. But what I did know is that the kids in this film die in some really wild, crazy, terrifying ways. There's like this motorcycle scene with the scarf. There's the weightlifting one. And the poster, it promised like 6 of the most bizarre murders you're ever gonna see. And one of them is a guy getting a hot shish kebab shoved straight up through his throat. And the actual tagline, and then this is a quote, "John will never eat shish kebab again." Yeah, no shit. Anyways, marketing, it was a different animal back then. So apparently the killer is taking out the top 10 snobbiest kids at their school for reasons I just couldn't fathom when I was a little kid. And it all builds up to this dinner party where the heroine sits at a table surrounded by propped up corpses of every one of her dead friends, all in party hats. Happy birthday, I guess. Just when you thought we were done with birthday horror movies, we're going to talk about Bloody Birthday. All right, 3 kids are born during a solar eclipse, and the movie whose theory is that the blocked out sky left them without a conscience. So they have no fear, no guilt, just really nothing behind the eyes. You know, kind of like what social media does to kids today. And then they start killing people, of course. And, you know, that's the part that got me. There's no monster, no masked man, just ordinary kids, kind of my own age, smiling and doing it on purpose. There's this bit where a little girl shoots her own sister through a bedroom peephole with a bow and arrow, which it's an amazing shot, by the way. And another kid gets locked inside an abandoned refrigerator, which was what my grandmother used to like warn, scare me about all the frickin' time. Oh, and one of those creepy kids is played by Billy Jane, who the very next year showed up as the little boy in Cujo. That kid's gotta have like nightmares for her life. So this movie, it kind of bothered me, and I'm pretty sure it was supposed to. Obviously, you remember the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You may have forgotten the sequel that Tobe Hooper made a few years later, and that sequel is just completely off its hinges. Because Dennis Hopper, who's in this thing, he plays this lawman with a holster full of chainsaws, and to get into his drunk, manic scenes, he apparently would spin himself in circles on set until he was actually dizzy, and then they would roll the tape. I mean, that's commitment, right?
Boys, boys, boys.
What the hell's going on here?
Now, the one freako in this one that sticks with you, it's Chop Top. He's the brother with the metal plate in his skull.
You're my and Bubba, my little brother, we listen to you every night.
And he scrapes at it with a heated coat hanger while he talks. That guy is so unnerving, and he keeps saying things like, music is my life.
Music is my life!
Oh, and there's a scene with Leatherface, who I guess he likes the main woman in his film, and instead of killing her, he does something with the chainsaw that I'm actually not allowed to describe on this channel.
Let me go. Oh, let me go.
And Tom Savini, he did the gore in this one. It totally shows.
I got the last laugh right here!
The trailer to Angel Heart said it was more shocking than the movie Seven and more mysterious than Sixth Sense. I guess they only picked movies with numbers in it. Well, you know what? It totally isn't, but it is a good unknown horror movie. For one, it stars Mickey Rourke.
Hey, as far as I'm concerned, any dead chicken's good chicken to me.
Who was just a force to be reckoned with in the 80s. And Rourke, he plays this private eye hired by a soft-spoken man played by the one and only Robert De Niro, who just slowly peels hard-boiled eggs while he talks.
Are you afraid?
Yeah, I'm afraid.
I'll instruct my lawyer immediately to send you a check for $5,000. If you don't want the job, I'll engage someone else.
The whole movie sinks down into this dread that you just can't shake off. I mean, there's this scene that's so intense with like blood raining down from the ceiling that the movie first got slapped with an X rating and had to be cut in order to make it to R. Oh, and by the way, one of my childhood crushes is in this, Lisa Bonet, who was the whole reason I watched The Cosby Show.
He still looked like Johnny to me.
You gotta pull back behind him, man. Come on! Ray, I'm gonna kill you if you don't do it. Ray!
Yes, I know. You have probably seen the head explosions from Scanners. They're GIFs, they're more memes, and it's like the most famous 4 seconds in all body horror. But I do need you to remember that there's a whole movie wrapped around it, and the movie is a Cronenberg, so it's just gonna crawl under your skin the entire time. People can get inside your mind and make your body turn on you. And in the first big scene, one of them makes a man's head swell up and burst apart across the conference room. You know, the way they shot this, by the way, is that they packed a fake head with gelatin and leftover latex and real animal bits, and they fired a shotgun from behind into it. Cronenberg started shooting this without a finished script, so he was writing tomorrow's scenes in his car like every single morning. A masterpiece strung together with black coffee and pure panic. The Burning was my first summer camp movie, before I saw Friday the 13th or a Sleepaway Camp, which changed me forever. Now The Burning, it's about a caretaker named Cropsy who gets horribly burned in a prank gone, we'll say wrong. comes back years later with a big pair of garden shears, and he starts taking camp counselors apart with them. You know, standard stuff. Well, until the raft scene. Why does it always have to be rafts? 5 kids, they float out on a raft on a bright, sunny lake, and Cropsy, he rises out of the canoe and cuts down those kids in about 30 seconds. In broad daylight, full view, no shadows to hide any of it, and that scene, it rewired something in me. And of course, you know, Tom Savini was involved because he did the effects, and he actually turned down like Friday the 13th Part 2 to do this one instead because he wanted it to hurt more. It worked so well that the film got banned in Britain and became a video nasty. Oh, and one of the doomed campers, that's a very young Jason Alexander with a full head of hair. I mean, imagine that. Basket case is batshit crazy, and it is so good. A young man checks into a grimy New York hotel carrying this big wicker basket, which, you know, he doesn't tell anybody what's in the basket. And I'm going to tell you what's in the basket. Well, it's his surgically separated conjoined twin. Who's a lumpy, furious, deformed little creature, and the two of them are working their way through a hit list together. And the scene that broke me, it's probably the flashback of the separation. The two brothers being cut apart on a kitchen table against their will, which, I mean, obviously. And the discarded one gets tossed out in the trash. The hotel sets, they were cardboard in the director's own apartment, and this could honestly go higher on the ranking, and part of me thinks it probably should, but I'm just going to leave it at number 3 for now.
Jesus Christ!
All right, just to be honest with you here and careful, Necromantic is not a childhood VHS memory. I found it years later through the tape trading underground, and I have never really shaken it off. This is a German film about a man who cleans up the dead for a living, and he goes and brings one of them home, and the movie plants you right in the middle of a marriage falling apart around a corpse.
Leichen besorgen. Was meinst du, wie lange die hält?
It is probably one of the most disturbing things ever committed to film. I mean, there's like real animal footage in it. This is just a shocking, disturbing movie. And somehow the whole thing plays out over this soft, beautiful, mournful piano score like it's a love story, which just really makes it so much worse. Maybe a movie this extreme, I mean, has no business on a fun, nostalgic list at all, but this is what scared the crap out of me, and this one still does, as a grown adult, because this story was sitting in someone's head once. The first Poltergeist scared like everybody on Earth. Poltergeist 2, The Other Side, the sequel, it has the single scariest thing my child brain ever had to process. And his name was Reverend Kane.
Honey, what is it?
Mom, I want to go home.
He's this gaunt, skeletal old man in a black hat and a long black coat, and he comes and stands on the family's front porch in the pouring rain singing these hymns.
I get around. I love getting around. Love talking to people, even on a rainy day.
God is his holy temple. And then he asks, just so gently, so politely, to be let inside.
Let me in.
I mean, I couldn't look at our front door the same way for years. Whenever Mormons or the Watchtower people come, I was absolutely terrified.
You are gonna die!
Get the hell out of here.
Sorry to see.
Because a monster, you can run from. But a man standing at the door that you're supposed to trust, asking permission, that one moves in and it stays with you. Unfortunately, the actor, Julian Beck, who played the creature, he was actually dying of stomach cancer when he was filming this. That skeletal, howl, terrifying look, it wasn't even makeup. He passed away before the movie even came out. People, I mean, they love to say Poltergeist films are cursed, and maybe they're right. So that's what's in the vault for tonight. 20 tapes that got past the front desk of my childhood and set up shop in my head permanently. If you made it all the way down here with me, you're a real vault dweller, and thank you. And there are more lists like this waiting for you, folks. Hey, before you go, quick shout out to the vault dwellers. These are the people who see every episode before anybody else because they decided this weird little show was worth paying for. This podcast, it's dedicated to them, all 106 of them. Thank you, dwellers. See you in the next one. Keep it weird, folks.